from the bottom of my heart and from my belly. As someone who knows that if I'm, a hungry belly can lead to someone being unable to study in a classroom, unable to fulfill the obligations of going to work and taking care of their family. And so you provided for so many people. We're proud to be alongside you in our work to address food access across the city of Atlanta. I really would also like to thank all of these great council members that are here, the co-laborers in this work that we do together. We have Matt Westmoreland over here. We have our District 5 council member, Liliana Bakhtiari of this neighborhood over here. We're going to hear from her in a little bit. You got Jason Winston, give him some shout, District 1. And Ishay Collins, our Post 3 at-large council member. We also have our Fulton County District 3 Commissioner, Dana Barrett. She also serves on Invest Atlanta with Jason Winston and I. I'm the chairman of the board, and they are also on that board that makes things happen. I mentioned Invest Atlanta. We got the Invest Atlanta team here, Dr. Eloisa Clementich. We'll hear from her. Lori Pickett on her team that helped to do this work with us. We got members of the Office of Constituent Services, got Greg Clay and Demetrius McCray. Give them all a shout out because they help people get to food access as well. And last but not least, we have I'm looking at some of my friends, these seniors from Wheat Street, Harlem Point. If you one of my seniors, make some noise, seniors. We love y'all. We love you too. We love you back. Hey, see, that's why you come here. You come get some sugar, and some sugar. But I also want to thank the folks here on Beyond Edgewood for making this possible. Thank you for your leadership, and I know we're going to hear from you in a second. This is important work. When I entered as mayor in 2022, our very first retreat at Invest Atlanta, we said we want to make sure we have more fresh food access across this city. This city has too many food deserts. There's too many places where people are going without fresh food options like what we see behind us. Or you can go into a gas station and get a box or a can, but can you get something fresh? Can you get some fresh vegetables and fruit? Can you get some fresh meat and cheese and veggies, etc.? Can you get what you need? So we put incentives together. We asked all the major grocery chains. We gave them incentives. We said we have land. We said we can help you with this. We can help you with that. We got no takers. We were giving up money. We were telling them, hey, we can do this. We can do that. They didn't take it. We said, let's turn internally. Let's find our partners and give them the support they need so that we can build public-private partnerships of relationships around grocery stores. And that's what you see here. Goodr already has free grocery stores in Atlanta Public Schools. They got Goodr Markets in our I-Village near the Hamilton Homes MARTA station by my house. We have the William Walker Recreation Center that we have groceries in and more. All of that in our partnership with Goodr is making sure that people in these communities can eat. And what we're unveiling today continues to be something that Goodr is just good at, which is impacting our neighborhoods. It's the blueprint of what can happen when local government, businesses, nonprofits, and communities all come together. That's this group project that I've been talking about so much, y'all. And it's right here on display. In a neighborhood where the nearest grocery store can be a 30-minute walk away, this market fills a critical gap, putting dignity and access where it's most needed. This market means 200 families and seniors are getting free groceries every single month. Just in case you missed the fine point, when I say free, you say free. Free! There you go, I didn't want you to miss it. They can walk in, shop with dignity, and walk out with what they need, making sure their kids can focus on their lessons instead of their next meal, or that our seniors can get what they need to live healthy, full lives. That's what every Atlantan deserves. Little Loaf Deli is here as well. Well, you guys around, make some noise of you. There you go. I don't call them response dude, man. I gotta shout out when I say Little Loaf Deli is here. Make some noise. You can get meals for $5 or under. Kids meals are on the menu too, and you'll also find SNAP eligible items. It's affordable, fresh, and made for the community. And so this is important. The city of Atlanta, we contributed $300,000 to bring this to life through Invest Atlanta. And this is how we keep moving Atlanta forward and helping our communities by backing businesses that serve our community. And while we have a lot to celebrate, we also have to remember that in America, an estimated 30 to 40% of our food supply goes to waste every single year. And that's food that could be nourishing families instead of ending up in landfills. So together with Goodr, we're tackling both sides of this challenge, reducing food waste while expanding access to people. That's exactly the kind of innovation that we need. I'm so thankful for your visionary leadership, Jasmine. Food access is a priority, it's a need, and it's something we're going to keep showing up for every single day, for every single neighborhood in Atlanta. God bless you. Thank you. Let's have
Next, we'll have a few remarks from Councilmember Bakhtiari.
Good afternoon, y'all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, y'all.
Good afternoon.
There it is. I'm Liliana Bakhtiari. Welcome to District 5, first and foremost. And I'm not gonna lie, I might get pretty emotional up here. Edgewood, Sweet Auburn has been the first neighborhood I ever knew in Atlanta. If you walk down the street, just under the bridge you'll see a pharmacy come up on your right on Jesse Hill. The one with all the mismatching letters and 3 clocks that are on is my dad's pharmacy. He has been here, and he was the first pharmacist to open, one of the first pharmacists to open in this corridor, but also was the first pharmacist to do free delivery and help with Medicaid payments and back payments. And he came from Iran, from a very low income community as a farmer. Majan Al-Ghari knows exactly what I'm talking about. And he came here and wanted to had the American dream of wanting to come here for education at Georgia State University, where he then finished second in his class, not being able to speak English, but came here because he said he saw the exact same thing happening here that he saw in rural Iran, which was people dying from malpractice and a lack of access to food, education, and a number of other things. This was the first neighborhood to take care of me. It's a neighborhood that has my whole heart. And under this administration, prior to this administration, it was one of the most neglected corridors in the city. Through Mayor Andre Dickens and his team, we have eradicated food apartheid in this neighborhood. I say apartheid because it's intentional. Not by this administration, not by these people, but by the marketplace. And we know that we have a history of racist infrastructure in the city. And so what this administration has done, and you heard the mayor talk about not being able to get grocery stores here. It's not because we don't have people that want to use them. It's because they said it wasn't worth them investing here because they didn't think they'd make a good profit. Why? Because we have some of the highest theft rates in the country. Not because people are criminals, but because they're hungry. And this administration is one of the first I've seen to, instead of punitively punish that, to say, I see where you are, I see the help you need. You are a hungry person trying to feed yourself and your family, and that is not a crime. So they turned internally and they created this. I promised y'all, my seniors, who I love with my whole heart. A lot of y'all have known me for a long time. I'm looking at you specifically, you've known my dad forever. And some of y'all, saw me at a very young age down there in the pharmacy. But I came to y'all my first year, and one of the biggest things y'all said was, we don't have a grocery store. We have a bodega down the street that kicks us out if we ask too many questions, that jacks up prices, and the majority of your locations have either cut transportation or never had them. So, and some of you have experienced disability, have trouble walking, have trouble getting places. We wanted to make sure there's a community in your own neighborhood, groceries that you could afford through a multitude of practices, because please give this woman a round of applause. Jasmine, you're one of my superheroes. What you have put here together, what you did, and I'm going to think that the school of your but I want to say the way that you move mountains, and this being a flagship location for the phase of Goodr, this will be one of the most impactful things I ever do in office. And I'm so grateful to y'all for giving me the opportunity. We did the math, there are over 1,000 seniors that live within walking distance of this location that did not have access to food. And these seniors, I sat with y'all year one and you told me we desperately need a grocery store. We did partnerships with farmers, we did things like that, but I said I would do everything I could. I couldn't have done it without y'all, I couldn't have done it without the mayor, I couldn't have done it without my fellow council members, our at-large members like Marcy Collier Overstreet, Shake Rollins, Matt Westmoreland, who have championed legislation, Marcy especially, that brought legislation forward that allowed us to enact this. And I want y'all to know that we brokered this deal, and I think about 4 months. Why was that? Because Lori Pickett, where's oh yeah, I'm gonna get all of them. Where's my, there he is, hello. And Evan, Lori, Eloisa, we all have done, I called Lori and I said, I want to do this, I think I have a location. I called Marjan, who was in the middle of renovating all this, because this was abandoned, boarded up housing, or I'm sorry, a building. She said, this building is being used, but what do you think about being in Edgewood? We went out the next day and visited that site. And Marjan said, yes, I want to work with y'all. The next day, I believe Lori called Jasmine. And by the next week, we did a tour. And by the week after that, we decided to go forward with it. And then Marjan gave us a rent that we could afford. Now, I'm not gonna say the Iranian community is magical, but the investments we've made in Sweet Auburn, this administration did, I think, the first real compassionate closure on Old Wheat. We invested in a case manager team that was out there every day working with people. Everyone there got a bed, because we are taking a housing first approach. We have saved the Odd Fellows building with Georgia Works, which will now assist unsheltered men off the street. We have now front porch being built as affordability that is headed up by Shanae Joseph from HDDC. There she is. Who I know is working hard to bring Black farmers to Sweet Auburn, and I know we'll have a great partnership with Jasmine, as well as people like Jay Olu out here that are helping us compost and half the food that is put on the curb contributes to, and about 50% of the food of what we put on the curb is food, which contributes to our methane emissions exponentially. So this is also extraordinary. And I also want to give shout outs to the people that are out here doing the work on the ground. Brittany Johnson. Brittany, please raise your hand. People like Brittany and the stakeholders here are working every day to get help to the people that have nothing. Jasmine came here to invest because most people would think of that as a way to not invest here. So because of people like Brittany, Jasmine, Shanae, I know I'm leaving folks out, I want to say the investment y'all have made. Georgia Works with the Odd Fellows building. I mean, we're also getting ready to repave Edgewood and Auburn. We have the case manager program here. We have a 5-day week cleaning schedule. We invested $500,000 into the fur market, and now we have this. We also have people like Brock Harvey that are assisting us with our properties as well. This community is made up of the most incredible stakeholders, and it is home to so many people who have given us shoulders to stand on, and they don't deserve to be neglected. To my seniors, I love you. I can't wait to work with Councilmember Winston, who will actually have this district next year, where we're standing right now. I'll be across the street. Don't worry, I'm happy to hand this off to you. But the people here will be treated with love and compassion and humanity, and they will be given the opportunity to understand how to navigate their surroundings. And I know Jasmine will be bringing a lot of programming here as well. So this is a holistic, wraparound grocery store that will be accessible to everyone. And it never would have happened without this community, without the city's leadership, and without the stakeholders and my team in my office. I'm grateful to every single one of you, and thank you for the immense honor of getting to work with you all to bring this project to this corridor. Because I can't think of any more impactful or life-changing legislation and infrastructure that we could possibly do to make sure that people are fed and hungry, so they, not fed and hungry, so that they are fed and full, so that they can do things like take care of themselves, choose between eating a doctor's appointment, paying mortgage, paying rent, or anything like that. So thank you all, and I'm on.
Next, we will hear remarks from Commissioner Dana Barrett.
Hi, everybody. I am Commissioner Dana Barrett from well today. Major shout out to the seniors. I got to say hi to some of you, so let's give our seniors a round. Listen, Mayor, thank you for your leadership here, Jasmine. Everything you do is incredible. I love how much women-led stuff we've got going on here with Louisa and Marjan and Jasmine. This is like women working together and, men who are supportive of women.